and that can kind of go either way also.
They did already drop to a bottom 4 team, so even Curse right now really focusing and buckling back down. They don't want to give this one away. We'll see. They started out with 1 ban against Skara. A lot of teams really have been just jumping on that train and saying, oh, wow, I forgot. You know, Skara only has like 4 champions that he has really played in the LCS effectively. And it looks like they actually go for the Shen for their second one instead. And it's Big Daddy Graggy off the field. Yeah. Not going to see him today.
Diana and Gragas, I mean, those are really the 2 big bans. And as Jat said with the Kayle nerfs, Kayle stopped being one of those big 3 that he really, really wanted to play. But right off the bat, they're like, yes, we want Volibear. And Curse are grabbing up their picks really fast, Renekton and Karthus.
No hesitation from Curse right there. Everybody's just been loving this control from Karthus. He's really had a resurgence. He was so big in Season 2, and he's just really effective now as well because everyone's going with that Seraph's Embrace. That's some new factor that really adds a lot to him. Like we say, Karthus is only not scary when he's out of mana.
Yeah.
It makes it a lot harder to go out of mana when you have a Rod of Ages and a Seraph's Embrace.
So something interesting here is Skara picked up Twisted Fate back in the first day of the week here. And basically watching the CLG Curse scrims from a week ago when they were streaming them, Hotshot said, they have TF, I can't play Renekton because I can't play aggressively because I'll get ganked by TF. And I'm wondering if Skara still wants to pull that champion out, or if Boy even cares, or Skara even cares about, you know, that same sort of thought process.
Yeah, I don't know if Boy ever says, I can't play aggressively. That doesn't really seem like him. They did first pick Volibear, though, which seems very interesting to me because this is that, you know, Jad already talked about it. We reduced the speed on his level 1 Q, which is where most junglers leave it at for the beginning of the game, 15%. It used to be 45% going towards a champion. Now it's down to 30 at that rank 1. But they felt it was worth that first champion pick contention to take it away from St. Vicious and use it now. Cop hovering over a lot of different champions.
I saw the Kassadin.
The Draven there. The Kassadin, a little shout out. I know everybody everybody wants to get me all excited, but I'm fairly calm today. This is a low energy day for me. We'll keep it on smooth.
But are you happy to be here?
I'm so happy, guys.
That's good, that's good. Now, the last couple of picks looking up right here. They've locked in the Nasus jungle. Skara, by the way, still needs to eat his hat because the Nasus pick back in the Lone Star Clash.
I believe that was a bet that he has backed out on. He has not, in fact, followed through with that. They do lock in the Nasus. So he said, Jet said before too, it's not Saint's favorite champion because it's not really his sort of style. He likes to get in there very quickly, make a lot of moves early, but no one can deny his power right now.
No.
He's a very strong champion. He scales very well. All you really need to get is tankiness and cooldown reduction, and he does his job perfectly.
He is going to do pretty well. Of course, you're seeing just a plethora of damage as well from the Curse lineup. Renekton, Karthus, Sona all up in there. Dignitas, though, picking up some champions we haven't seen too frequently, honestly. That Zyra has been grabbed there. And look at their next 2 champion picks.
It's going to be interesting because Zyra is a mid lane champion, and Skara might want to pull. No, the Eve locked in very quickly there. The Singe is definitely going to go to Kiwi Kid.
Yeah.
That's definitely a signature Kiwi Kid move right there. But the Eve,
it's got to be mid lane Eve.
It's got to be because they already have Volibear, and you don't want to have a lane Singe and a lane Volibear at the same time.
I don't know, man. Volibear mid to start brawling people.
Yeah, that would be interesting. I don't know. Dignitas do go with usually 2 side lane solos. So they could actually, if they wanted to, solo those 2 beefy champions and then jungle the Eve like we saw. Claky D's been a real big fan of lately, although it hasn't worked out for him very well.
Yeah, I remember seeing it twice. I don't think he's done all that well either time. Curse, though, they're going back for Ashe again, so Cop is just liking that champion. Of course, MF was banned this time, but with pretty much his pick of the litter of AD carries, goes back into the Ashe for the initiation off of that one, and we've now seen the lineups grabbed in here. Kobe, what are these lineups about?
Well, it looks like Liquid is exerting his control, telling Cop, get back on that Ashe. You have no choice. We need that long range initiate. It actually works really well with this composition because if they can initiate with an Ashe arrow, look at all the AoE magic damage that is just going to burn down the rest of the team here. They can follow an Ashe arrow up with a crescendo. that takes away a lot of the risk for elements. If someone's already stunned out there, then he can follow it up pretty easily with a flash crescendo or even just a regular crescendo. And then the brothers, Nasus and Renekton, popping their ultimates, they can just wreak havoc while Jackie's in the middle of the fray too. So it's a very a team fight oriented team here for Curse. Meanwhile, Dignitas, like you said, some very interesting picks here. They do have counter initiate available. The Zyra is amazing for that, especially coming from a support. That huge AoE knockup is a great answer. And then Eve, always the wild card. It is going to be Scar on that Eve, so it's going to be a solo Eve. It won't be coming from the jungle. And that just always makes you stay on your toes, because you have to start buying pink wards instead of buying green wards if the Eve gets to roaming at all. Unless you're able to pressure that Eve, constantly keep her under her turret, then you always have to have some vision.
And we'll see if that ends up being the case. Of course, we've seen these guys switch their lanes around so much. I was about to say, like, well, we'll see what Karthus versus Eve is like, and I was like, there's a better than even chance it's not Karthus versus Evelynn.
We can't even really try that anymore. Jackie, though, getting patriotic with the Statue of Liberty Karthus.
America. So we are into the game, though, of course. Dignitas in blue. You're seeing Scar leave his base with wards and potions. Pretty normal there for a mid lane mage. Curse leaving their base as well in the red trunks. And right off the bat, actually, both teams are splitting up a lot early on, so no obvious early invades yet.
Both of these teams have been known for their level 1 brawls, but it seems like everybody got enough of those the last time around, so they're gonna spread out the old line of scrimmage that we're so fond of calling it here. Everyone matching up very nicely here, actually.
Yeah, an early ward actually coming out as well, so Kiwi Kid wanting to spot the top half of the river, the bottom tri-brush as well, so Dignitas already 2 defensive wards on the outsides. They do not want to get jumped in on. Crumbs waiting by his lizard buff, everyone else panning around. But the interesting thing for Curse is they have sent Cop toward the top lane. So looks like Curse is looking for that 2v1 top that we said that Curse was looking for a little bit.
Yeah, they usually like to do that because they don't feel like going AD and support 2v2 lane is necessary. This is the purple side, though, so to be fair, most teams would take that choice right now.
Sure.
And I actually like that because Ashe is fairly underplayed. People forget that she has 600 range. She has that semi Caitlyn aspect that she does bring to the early Siege game here. 600 is more than the average AD going up there, and when you combo that with Sona, it's a lot of poke. Volley plus the guaranteed crit that she'll get after she charges up for a while of non-auto attacking is a decent amount of poke. That Sona Ashe lane can actually keep up fairly decently in the Siege game.
And we'll see how these turrets end up panning out. But Toy and Cutie-Pie have been taking out their double golems at the bottom. St. Vicious is starting off at the blue buff as Crumbs' team helps him at red. So both these junglers starting on the right-hand side of the map, and they're going to make some moves afterwards. Let's see how these junglers end up panning out. Jackie is going to the mid lane, and Dignitas are sending their duo lane mid. So, hey, they're not fighting mage versus mage.
Yes, and we do have elements coming down to put his ward on the blue buff of Dignitas here. It's a very standard play when we see the purple side switches. A lot of the times we'll have them come even contest this. Saint doesn't seem to be in position though, and Crumb's doing some early work on this blue buff with Patoy screening for him as well, means it will be secured by the bear.
Crumbs is going to grab that one pretty safely. Saint making his way to the red buff. So Crumbs is slightly faster in the jungle, I suppose, in terms of grabbing up sigil camps, but looks like they're both going to be safe as it stands. So Scar right there in the 1v2. Cutie-Pie actually, wow, already chugged a red elixir in this mid lane.
And Scara does not have a lot of extra armor here. This Eve versus Renekton lane, very scary for him. Voyboy loves to go heads up 1 versus 1 in the long lane, and Renekton is definitely one of the champions that you can take advantage of an Eve early, so we'll have to see how Scar plays this. It's probably going to be fairly passive, trying to CS from the back line here with his Q over and over again.
And let's see where they end up going right now. Dignitas still have not made any major moves just yet. Cutie-Pie just last hitting out of the turret, or sorry, Cutie-Pie pushing toward the turret, Jackie last hitting underneath, and St. Vicious has shown up to lend some aid there. He's got 2 points of Spirit Fire, puts that down, helps last hit, and once again, Curse are sharing. And there we go, the turret taking a bit of pain, Cutie-Pie putting some damage onto it. It's not dropping all that fast, but Scar versus Voy, this could be an interesting one.
I mean, I think it's going to be a farm fest here for Scar, just trying to stay out of harm's way and farming with that Q, like I said, until things get to his turret. If he overextends at all, Voyboy can definitely punish him. But, I mean, it's really, I want to compare the ADs here, because PewDiePie almost always starts with a red elixir, and he popped it very early, but it's this 2v1 lane where the damage from his red elixir is really just going to be put towards taking down the turret early, whereas Cop is going to have that Doran's Blade for the whole game. It's not going to run out, and the damage he's putting out to this turret is comparable to the damage of the Caitlyn lane. Like I said, the Ashe, very close. Oh, Kiwi Kid does pop the Ghost, and
we have on 4. They've got Crumbs as well. They don't quite go for the double flip just yet. It's Elements getting knocked back into basically nothing. They're going to find that kill. Kiwi Kid's been ignited. Will it be enough damage, though? Looks like Cop's not going to find anything, but here comes Saint. They've got the Wither onto Crumbs. There's the Frost Shot. Can they keep chasing this one down? Cop actually goes back to last hitting. They don't. It's a 1-for-0 to Dignitas.
Great first blood right there. We see the double flips, Ghost from Singe to get in there for the first one, and Crumbs for the follow-up. Well-coordinated lane gank right there on the duo lane. Element's just too squishy, can't get out of it even with a flash.
Crumbs was waiting there for quite some time, and they said, you know what, screw it, we got this one this time around. There we go, Dignitas, mid lane, turret down to about 2/3 health, taking a bunch of punishment. Of course, this time Saint is not there to wave clear. Just look at how much damage PewDiePie and Patoy are putting down. Turret down to about 1/3 health. Wall of Pain comes across. Jackie gets rooted up in place. Oh my gosh, look at the damage. Down to about 300 health. He's got to back away from that one, but Scar not in a great place either.
Yeah, that first blood on Elements means that the slight tower advantage that he and Cop did have in that top lane going to be negated. PewDiePie gets more free time down there in the mid lane. They force Jackie back and actually have to have Elements come in here and hold off the wave with Saint Vicious.
This could be an interesting situation here. We look at Skara, who's trying to last hit there in that 1v1, but he's not having the easiest time, I suppose. PewDiePie putting some pressure, but not yet getting this turret in the mid lane. So it kind of like the pressure stopped everywhere for a few seconds.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a lull. The double Ghost top is actually going to be up very quickly. Compared to Flash, the cooldown on Summoner Ghost is a lot quicker, so we might have to keep our eyes peeled up there, because Element's still extremely squishy. He went and tried to get a little bit more tank, getting a Ruby Stone. Here we go, Saint Vicious popping his Ghost for a little bit of a misgank there on the middle. He gets the Wither off, though, yeah.
And not a lot gained for that Summoner. That's going to be down for the next 210 seconds or so. Skara last hitting once again under turret in that bottom lane. You said it would be a farm lane for him, and it looks like that's what he's going for here. He's at 39, keeping up okay. PewDiePie and Patoy once again staying in this mid lane, trying to find that turret pressure if they can get it. It is down lower and lower, but the top half you're seeing Kiwi Kid reap a couple of minions for himself as Cop and Elements took down double golems. So just farm on these sides. And mid turret still not going down. Jackie just farming under turret now.
Jackie's doing a bit better job of farming 2v1 with Karfus under the turret. He's had a little bit more practice with those CSing under turret with the lay waste. It's a little tricky to get used to, using the very edge of it. Lay waste will do double the damage if it hits a single target, whereas if it's spread among multiples, then it's only that half.
That is going to be a pretty important thing for him. Now, Voyboy has moved his way over here to the Dragon area, and look at that. Curse are all there, as Dignitas actually looked for a lane gank top. So this is going to be the ults coming across, and Curse have no one even trying to stop them. We have Patoy moving in from the left-hand side, but I don't think he can outsmite Smite, and he in fact does not. That one gets picked up there by Saint Vicious.
So not only do they have the Nasus jungle, who's one of the strongest with Dragon Control, popping his ultimate, but they have that single target lay waste damage that we were just talking about, able to burn that one down very quickly. Looks like Cop is in a really dangerous position, though. Crumb's just lying in wait there, licking his ankles, I guess, there, as the volley bear sort of just waiting until he steps one more step. Now he goes into the turret.
Flash comes out from Cop, still getting pushed backwards. There's the flip from Kiwi Kid as well. The double flip just doing so much. Cop basically should join the diving team there with as much as he gets flipped around, but he's going to actually get away from this one. It's Kiwi Kid getting jumped on by Voyboy. The arrow comes across. It finds Kiwi Kid. Voyboy picks up a kill right there. I can't believe he survived that one, but he did. The mid turret gets traded for it, but it's still a nice kill for Curse.
Oh, Voyboy is the hero here. Comes in with the teleport, able to clean up a kill after that. Cop, good thing he went barrier instead of cleanse, because that just barely saved his life right there. He didn't even have another potion ticking. That was just the last thing of Ignite, not quite enough to do the damage. much.
He did just barely survive the Crumbs gank. Nice job right there by Cop. Skara in the bottom lane. He's been left alone for a little while because of that Voyboy pressure. Of course, Voy did run teleport, which is why he got there so quickly. But look at this top lane, though. Elements and Voy just happily trading this top turret for it. This is going down rather quickly, honestly. The minion wave running out soon, but the turret, they might just tank it up. Crumbs shows he might try to stop down Voyboy, actually. Will he flip him back? And he does! But the slice and dice gets him out of range.
Yeah, he gets a little bit extra harassed there. Not quite close enough for the double flip that we've been seeing. Kiwi Kid and Crumbs playing catch with Cop's body so far.
Indeed they have been. So Cutie Pie now comes down to the bottom lane, looking for another turret to pressure. Patoy there as well. They run right into St. Vicious and Cop. They're not going to get anything out of this whatsoever. And Curse keeps another turret alive. Though, Dig, to be fair, are 1-0 up in turrets.
And after that last dive, it left Cop without his flash and without his barrier. So Ashe is extremely vulnerable early game AD with no escapes. Gonna have a very hard time defending by himself. That's why we see St. Vicious down there in the wing babysitting him at this bottom turret.
But at the top turret, though, you can see Kiwi Kid putting on a bit of pressure himself, pushing him back, keeping the minions at the turret, and kind of zoning away elements. And once again, you're seeing now a default lane for the first time in this game that I can think of. It's actually both AD carries. Well, I shouldn't even say both supports, but at least both AD carries here in the bottom lane. Crumbs, though, looking to get around behind Curse, possibly. Instead, he's going to go through the river, get spotted by a ward. And there goes another Crumbs is here.
Yes, Element's doing a lot of roaming here. He's been supporting around the map, but he hasn't been supporting Cop. He's been in everyone else's lane. There may be a little bit of internal strife there. The AD and supports have broken up, and now Elements has gone to support everyone else on the team and left
It's
Cop,
not you, it's me.
left Cop and St. Vicious to be buddies now. He said, St. Vicious, you don't think I'm good enough at support, huh? Why don't you try it? You go sit there with Cop and see how it works
See
out.
how you like it. He smells bad. And Dignitas are just pushing this turret down. Cop, with the haste from Sona, puts a little bit of pressure down. This turret down dangerously low. He actually lands it. The cleanse comes off. St. Vicious running into this one. Gets the wither. There's the Requiem coming as well, but a 3-man knockup comes out. And can they chase down Patoy? There's the Q. Couple of more attacks to go. St. Pop's deal. He's been exhausted, though. Patoy might get out. Crumbs, he's going to land this slow and keep his team alive. Skara finds the kill onto Cop, and they might just keep chasing one down. Look at St. Vicious. He gets flipped back. Crumbs is going to get that kill. Looks like the bite is worse than the bark. They get that one 3-1 here, and now they can push down this turret.
Perfect timing for that one. Elements did try and come down to join the lane, but wow, they turned that one around. Crumbs always in the right spot here. He was already thinking of the counter gank bottom. Got there. He didn't even have to use his ghosts. Turned around 2 kills. Skara also arriving in the nick of time. Elements tried to drop a ward in that side lane to pick him off, but way too dangerous to go in there and finish that one. 2 kills for Dignitas. Really big swing right there to bring them back into the lead as another tower drops for each team. 500 gold extra for Dig.
And that is good for them. So Kiwi Kid forced to run away now from Jackie. Last hits the cannon minion successfully. He's going to back on out. So we've had a crazy hectic laning phase with people running all across the map, right? Different 2-on-1s, different 2-on-2s, turrets going down, which is 2-1 to Dignitas. Kobe, though, tell me about these minion kills, though. Who's coming out ahead of this one?
Well, you can look at the scoreboard right here. Obviously, we've got the Crocodile coming out ahead of Kiwi Kid. This is not actually where everyone's been lining up, obviously, because we've had so many switches. Even the supports and ADs are not matching up. But the really big difference is a lot more AP damage on Curse because Jackie has about 30 more than Skara down there. But Skara's gone with that early game build of flat penetration, and we saw it pay off down there in the bottom lane gank. They got 2 kills because of it. Meanwhile, in the AD lane, because Cop was getting so much attention from the bear, he's suffered for it in CS numbers, and Cutie Pie is definitely ahead. However, you have to remember, Cutie Pie spends a lot of money on those red elixirs. It's the second one he's got in his inventory right there.
We'll see if that ends up panning out to be a bad thing. Both these AD carries, though, longer range, like to auto attack, like the Infinity Edge pickups we're seeing as they've panned out through this game, that Cutie Pie so far, yeah, you mentioned the red elixir, but even still, he does seem to be ahead. Jackie coming across. He's going to get spotted by a ward. There comes the arrow. Ooh, almost hits Patoy, but the wither is there from Saint. They're going to jump onto this one. Jackie getting bursted down so incredibly fast. The Zyra making that one happen. Here comes Voyboy, though. They look for Crumbs. He's going to dash forward. The passive is ticking, but will he have enough damage? Dashes one more time, still regenerating. He's going to go down. Shut down there. Skara forced to run away. The Wither is off. Gets the ult down. A gigantic shield. Gets flipped back away from the turret. Kiwi Kid might have pushed him the wrong way, but he's still going to get the kill on a Void Boy. Is now Cop running away from Kiwi Kid. Can he get the kill in time? Barrier comes across. Elements flashes to save his life, and Cop survives with the poison trail. 2 dead for Dignitas. 2 dead for Curse.
They're still running away. Skara wants to chase it, though. He's got a speed boost behind him. By the way, what a great... Oh, and he's going to catch Elements there.
The flash for Cutie Pie. He does find the kill. 6-3. Dignitas comes out ahead on that fight.
Skara. Okay, so I had to point out, main thing from that last fight, he baited with his ultimate, that giant shield you were talking about, popped his ultimate, baiting Void Boy very deep into the turret, so they got a lot of extra turret damage there. Nice play by Skara.
Absolutely amazing. We heard actually in the video that Saint said, I know there's some champions that Skara plays he hasn't brought out yet. I don't know why. Seems like Evelyn is one of those hidden champions he hasn't brought out in a while. But 1-0-4 had to lane against a Renekton. Doing pretty well.
Yeah, pretty rough there. And they've got a 1,000 gold lead right now. Dragon going to be the next point of contention. Jackie has his Requiem this time up. So Curse actually feel pretty good about this fight, even though they don't have the Ash Arrow initiate for another 10 seconds.
Not even a worry right there. Picked that one up cleanly. And it seems like Cutie Pie is not Link. He's not going to steal that one with the Q.
That Link play, I don't know. We'd have to take an aside to give him like an honorable mention, best mid lane jungler hybrid or whatever, because he manages to steal the most objectives I've seen of anyone without Smite. Better than people with Smite.
He's better than most junglers, I'm gonna say. Now, I think Cutie Pie right here, stuck in a 1v3, and you talked about Cutie Pie in the beginning, right? He'll fight people heads up. 1v3 is like, yeah, I'll fight you. Yes. Like, I'll defend this turret, no big deal.
Back when the old 3-minute 30 taking a tower thing was huge in the LCS, Cutie Pie said, that will never happen to me. I will not let my tower go down no matter what. He will stand and fight. As we see, a lot of top pressure here being created by this Singed. Even though he did get some bounces to his fling damage, he's still able to proxy behind those turrets, use his poison to great effect, and generally take a lot of attention from the rest of the team up top.
And of course he is going to pull some attention. Right now St. Vicious running towards the top half of the map looking for something there. Skara once again in the mid lane. So oh my gosh, Skara and Jackie are actually fighting each other one-on-one. We haven't seen this almost all game so far, but they've built it here. Skara just moves on back. 87 minions on him. You mentioned the Magic Fen build. He's still got that and hasn't built much else for him just yet. Ash Arrow comes across, does not find anything. Saint's going to get that red buff.
Cop evening out his percentage hit with Ash Arrows this game. Coming back down a little bit, but they do secure their own red buff there. And since Cop actually had a blue buff earlier that just ran out, cooldown not too harsh, only another 50 seconds left on that one. Cutie Pie getting right into the turret here. They're putting a lot of damage on the secondary while Kiwi Kid is still working up top.
Well, Kiwi Kid is actually getting slowed down. Void with the Frozen Mallet. Pops is always going to go in on this one. But Kiwi Kid, of course, that only getting him so far away. Beautiful fling, though. Can Void catch back up? He cannot. Kiwi Kid micromanages that one well and gets out.
Wondering why Singed is so slow? Void Boy rushed a Frozen Mallet here, so he's going full fighter Renekton. He didn't go with that Sunfire that a lot of people see. Singed actually fairly susceptible to permaslows here. So he's specifically built that Frozen Mallet to deal with Kiwi Kid's Singed, and you saw there he had to pop his ultimate to get out of there because he was getting a little worried.
And that is an item that I've heard Hotshot say also was a really big pick up against Split Push to keep it from running away from you. It was pretty successful that time around. Just a lucky fling got him out, but now Cutie Pie withered away, has to run. Nice plant there is going to keep Curse from even chasing this one down. Cop getting 6 gold thanks to his E, and the reward for killing off a plant.
And that Frozen Mallet just got even more effective against Singed in the patch before last one, where they took Tenacity off of that Insanity Potion ultimate. So the slow is gonna stick on there for the full duration now, and he can keep him locked up pretty well with that Slice and Dice. It's just gonna be that ghost to get Kiwi Kid out.
So let's take a quick look at this score right here. We're kind of cresting into the midpoint of the game, 18 minutes in, and look at the scoreboard. 300 gold separates these teams. Again, we hype this matchup to be a potential #1 versus #2 match. This is a must-win for Dignitas to stay in the running for top 2 here. And right now, they have just the smallest of leads up against Curse. And of course, Curse wants to win as well to hold on to their #1.
And now they're shoving mid. We've got 5 members of Curse as Kiwi Kid comes in the back here. He wants to be the Singed Menace. He does throw down his ultimate.
There we go, the flash in from Cop. Will he find much? A beautiful ult comes out, and the knockup as well. They're going to have so much damage available. Jackie not even in the fight still, running lower on mana. Saint's going to fall down. They've now got everyone in the mix right there. 2 for 0 so far, and now they're starting to run away. Requiem comes across. Cop puts on barrier. Will it be enough? They find one to trade back. Cutie-Pie not in a great place. Has to cleanse away. Skara so very low. Will he burn down? He does, but Cutie-Pie and Kiwi Kid just clean up everybody. 5 for 2 in this fight.
Perfectly run fight right there for Dignitas. They had Singe come in from the back to be that annoying factor that he always is. You can't ignore him if he's the first one coming in. And then the beautiful Zyra ultimate from Patoy, zoning the rest of the team away from Voyboy and St. Vicious, who had dove so early. They were caught between a tower and a team. Took so much damage pretty much for free right there. And Cutie-Pie able to continually auto-attack the entire time. Great job by Dignitas. They indeed are playing better. Much better. They're executing against the top team here. They have to watch out for this teleport, though, as Voyboy doesn't want to let the blue buff go, but he lets it go anyway. Cutie-Pie with the steal.
Exactly. Cutie-Pie does grab the blue buff on that one. Kiwi Kid puts down that little goo puddle. Make sure they don't lose too much for that. Voyboy, of course, does not make anything happen. Got a little bit of gold from one of the smaller little pieces of the camp, but I don't think it's what he really wanted from that teleport. Saint, wave clearing out the bottom lane, and we've got to regroup ourselves. So we just saw Dignitas win a team fight. Will they win the next one, or does Curse have a way of coming back through this?
Well, that one was at a perfect time for Dignitas, actually. They were just hoping for Curse to group up and come middle, because Cutie-Pie had just finished his Infinity Edge. He was just at Berserker Greaves and Infinity Edge, that's it. But that was a huge power spike for Kalen to hit, and they had him, like I said, firing from the backlines the entire time. It's exactly how they want their team fights to roll. They don't have the hard initiate. They're relying on kiting. We've got slows from Singe. We have Singe walking around trying to leave poison, and then we have Crumbs also. Both of those champions really just run at you. And when their ghosts are down, they don't really want to have a team fight. So the next one is not going to happen for Dignitas before those do come back up. Whereas Curse also pretty reliant on their engages here from Cop. So if they aren't able to start that next one off with an Ash Arrow, so Elements can follow it up with Crescendo, then the same thing could very well happen to them.
Well, look at this right here. Dignitas have sent everybody to the top half of the map with an Oracles, and they're starting up on Baron, where Curse have just taken down Dragon. They've got to run across. The Ash Arrow comes across. It stuns up Crumbs. They know that Dignitas knows that they know that everybody knows that Dignitas are at Baron, and they're going to run right away from this one.
Ain't fooling anybody here. You guys just cleared out all the vision around Baron. We know what's up. Cop fires off his Ash Arrow. Very short cooldown, as Rib was saying on that one. 80 more seconds, but they don't want to fight without that cooldown. Even though it's pretty short, they're going to have to back off now, and they want to be able to chain it, like I said, with Elements Crescendo, because we saw what happens if you're able to kite this Curse team. They can just be demolished. Curse now going to retreat to the towers, try and defend until we've got another window for initiate from Cop.
Okay, so let's see where they end up going. It's right now into Curse's base. Crumbs puts a ward across the wall. Their turret cannot quite see that. Cutie-Pie going for pressure on the turret. There's the Wall of Pain. Voy not going to be able to get and engage here. Cutie-Pie still pretty safe right now. Still has that blue buff as well, the one they stole a while ago. And Skara is now being sent down to the bottom lane to split push.
So Skara split pushing means that they know since the arrow's down, Curse don't have that long range initiate, and they're not afraid to split push. Skara actually has a really strong movement speed buff on Evelyn with that W. Even though it's rank 1, when she activates it, that's 30% movement speed right there.
Seems to be pretty good for him. He is level 13. He's got to max that third by this point there. Nothing else to put points into. Skara shoving down this bottom lane, getting himself some gold. 143 minions on him. Saint those lurking in the side. There's the Wither. Pops the W, and Skara's like, yeah, it's difficult for you.
Yeah. So the other thing about popping that W is that it removes all movement impairing effects. The Wither,
slows.
Poof, gone.
Yeah, kills off these slows. So Cutie-Pie, yeah, won't kill a root, just to be sure. But Voyboy lurking around the mid lane. Dignitas again grouped around this. Ash Arrow is available. Cutie-Pie, he's like alone on the other side of the wall here. This is going to be a little risky for him. The ward is down. They spot Jackie. Voyboy puts a ward across the wall. Step on a trap. Ult comes across. Element says, hey, I got this one. Don't worry about it.
Again, they have Skara split pushing, but now their Ash Arrow threat is up. So Dignitas definitely have to be careful from here on out and worry about that long-range initiate, because although there haven't been any critical Ash arrows yet, that could definitely you only need one to change an entire game.
Absolutely. So in the top lane, we saw a duel right there between the top laners in their normal places. QtPie and Patoy going to spam out in this mid lane. No big problem there. And this is very much trademark Dignitas. I have seen this setup from them in like 95% of their games. They get everyone on different lanes of the map. They get the ward coverage. And look at that. They are split pushing everything.
And the thing about Kiwi Kid is that he's extremely tanky when going up just against Renekton, but he's built full armor here, and with wow, they're just going to rush on this Baron right now. QtPie even going to add damage over the wall, and they're going to burn through this pretty quickly. Curse have to answer.
Well, the hawkshot did come across. The rest of the team is piling in. There's the ghost from St. Vicious. They're going to go into this fight. Astro does not hit, though. Jackie in the middle of the enemy team getting knocked up in the air, exhausted as well. They're going to find that kill. Scar has popped his ult. He's trying to run. Cop is in the battle as well. There comes the Requiem. St. Vicious might be going down. Crumb's going to find that one, but with a kill off, QtPie is getting lower and lower. Patoy being chased down by Cop, but everyone's still alive for Dignitas. QtPie has like 12 health and will not go down. Ult comes off against Cop, and he gets the kill. It's still 3 people now dead for Curse, and Crumbs is showing back up. Can he find something? Can he find Elements? He's lunging forward. He's getting closer. Elements flashes the wall. Again, 3 for 0. Dignitas finds another team fight win.
Remember the beginning of that fight, Scar waiting patiently off in the wing. That's exactly what you have to do with Evelynn, is flank the team fight. They saw St. Vicious use his smite on the Wraith, and they said, okay, we need to rush Baron now because we can make Curse funnel into this Baron pit exactly where we want them. Scar lying in from the side goes directly for Cop. Once Cop gets hit, he definitely goes into defense mode. You can see him walking back and forth there, wasn't able to put out the damage, and QtPie, the fearless AD carry that he is, had, what is that, sub 50 HP there, still firing off, and he was actually able to get the kill onto Cop with his ultimate right there, the snipe ace in the hole. Dignitas going to return right back to Baron, actually. They said that worked out really well for us. We burned all the ultimates from Curse, and we just fight it one more time.
So there we go. Dignitas have sent everybody over towards this. The Void Boy's teleport is being used right now. He's going to show up for this fight. A 5-on-5 about to enter. Boy in the front. QtPie is going to get the Asher, and it's going to land onto his head. Will they have enough damage? Wall of Pain is across. So much burst. Blue team has slain Baron Nashor. That's with the Baron Dignitas fighting up against Curse. Can they get the damage? QtPie is still cutting out. Knock up there onto 3-4 members of Curse. They've got 1 kill. They've got 1 fire back. Where's the next one going to go for? Elements is up in the front. Jackie still putting out damage. Double kill actually for him. Baron was picked up, but Curse technically won the fight.
Well, yeah, they got an extra kill there, but the Baron definitely worth one person's life. Another great Zyra ultimate. That counter initiates so powerful from the Stranglethorns. Really good job by him just deterring the rest of Curse.
Absolutely the case. I am just impressed, though, that QtPie survived the first half of that battle. Despite getting Ash arrowed and then have a Void Boy on top of him, he still cut it back pretty well. Scar, though, grabbing blue buff for himself. We see a 4,500 gold difference, by the way. This game, you've seen Dignitas win team fights, still ludicrously close.
Yeah, you can see that also the difference in the Renekton from last game we saw when he had Brutalizer and Sunfire Cape, does so much more damage compared to this Frozen Mallet and Spirit Visage Renekton up here. Not able to finish off QtPie, like you said. He got a lot of help from his team, but they were focusing still on that Baron. Good job by Dignitas to not panic. They finished it off. Got what they came for. Even though they lost an extra member, they now have the advantage with 3 people still wearing purple.
That is going to be good for them. Of course, Skara killing off the purple minions right here. Running away, the Astro's going to land on the Skara's face. They're going to keep on going for this one. Look at the damage output there. Pops Zonia's, but Skara, pretty sure you are dead. Jackie finds it. He's actually on a killing spree. Remember that he died, got 2. This is now the killing spree with 3.
That was just a derp right there. Scar probably hasn't played against Ashe in quite a while. Forgot that even though Cop has missed a few arrows, he started landing a few. Last one onto QtPie, this one right into Scar's face. Now Curse, actually the upper hand, even though there's still 2 Baron buffs left on Dignitas. They're slowly taking out those Baron buffs.
There we go, the turret now under pressure, 5-on-4 here. Wither comes across from St. Vicious. They're putting damage down. Kiwi Kid pops ult though. They look for the Zyra root. They don't find too much for it. Void just runs away with a minor slow.
Dignitas with the upper hand right now, but they have to be careful of the late game from Curse because they have such great team fighting capability. Crescendo is just a game-changing ultimate. Whenever you have CC that large, you can turn anything if you force them to fight in one of these small corridors and follow it up with a late game Karthus damage.
It does sound scary. So, Kobe, I want to ask you about something, because I noticed Voyboy's getting slowed, but wasn't slowed all that hard. He's got boots of swiftness here against a team with Zyra and a team with Singed.
Yeah, Boots of Swiftness are actually one of my favorite buys now. Maybe that's because I play a lot of Udyr and his main weakness is being kited, but I do like this pickup because, like I said in the beginning, this Dignitas team is all about kiting.
Yeah.
They don't have that hard to initiate these. The Crumbs and the Kiwi Kid on the Singed and that Volibear just sort of run around at you, and when they don't have their ghosts up, not that mobile. So that's why I still have to say Dignitas, even though they have the upper hand, they have to be careful still. Curse definitely have a powerhouse late game.
And of course, very kitey. The Ash Arrow available here for Cop. He is only level 13, but hey, the stun, max rank at rank 1 for what that's worth. Cutie Pie just taking out some farm on Caitlyn. He's got himself some nice items. He's 5-1 and 6 actually. Gotta say, Cutie Pie's doing quite well. Scar though, just again running around finding split push farm to take.
Very mobile on that Eevee. Just has to be careful with the Ash Arrows. We saw him pay for this already once middle, and he's just got to keep that in the back of his mind. And he has flash up right now, so if he does get hit with another Ash Arrow, he does not have an excuse.
He does not indeed. I want to give you guys a quick update on the siphoning strike count. Plus 162 for St. Vicious, just so that you guys know what's up with that one. Let's see if I can track Cop. Cop plus 124 from Hawkshot.
Cutie Pie going man mode in here on the red buff, just runs by St. Vicious and gets arrowed.
And he's going to cleanse away from that one, try to get out of that. St. Vicious still in the front. Cutie Pie has the red buff, though he did take that one away, and just a clean disengage.
What? Cutie Pie? All planned right there. He had to burn his cleanse, but he does steal the red buff away with his Pilt over Peacemaker and escapes with his life. Also burning the huge cooldown that Curse is counting on. That Ash Arrow now down, the hard initiate, not going to be there, and they're going to pressure on this top turret.
And they get it down a little bit right there. Cop takes some poke at the end of that one, down to about 2/3, but of course he's going to have some lifesteal and can heal back up. Cutie Pie has a lot of massive items though, and they go again for another push onto this turret.
They've got plenty of pressure here. They still have to worry about Elements though. Elements flashes up, Crescendo is available.
This is going to
be a game change.
He's going to go in on the giant slow. There is the Crescendo. What's it going to do? Scar pops Zonia as they find one kill. That is Karthus going down. Where comes the Requiem? Saint's going to fall as well. Cop's taking a bunch of pain. Is it going to be enough? Kiwi Cat's going to back away from that one, and Crumbs not going to find much either. They've traded 1 for 2 so far. People have backed out. Kiwi Kid trying to run from Voy. The turret goes down. Cutie Pie finds that one, so still a 4 versus 3 on the map. Dignitas comes out ahead with a turret as well.
Voyboy is very ineffective against Singed right now. He needs to just get off that Singed and focus elsewhere. Singed has built pure armor in his defensive stats to straight up go 1 versus 1 with Renekton, and the slow from Voyboy would better be applied elsewhere on the team. They did fight in between the turrets there, so it turned out pretty well for Curse, but they lost another turret that's more map control, and now they really are just going to have to defend this Alamo and not let any of these inhibitor turrets fall and hold out until that late game when they can just rely on their massive AoE to crush a team fight.
So here we are, 31.5 minutes into the game, and you talk about late game here. We're at 4,000 gold difference right now. You know, these kills have been going back and forth, Barons and turrets and dragons and oh my, and bears even, but the game is just still so incredibly close here as they scale throughout this game. You said, you know, Curse waiting for the late game ultimates. Are they the late game team that has the advantage at 50 minutes?
The thing is, Dignitas know that, and they never want to play into that kind of team fight. They have the kiting team that we were talking about, and they don't want to group up. They just want to spread out. What really is going to be telling is the first inhibitor turret to fall. If Curse actually do let one go, then it'll be very difficult for them. But this is their most defensible position that they're in right now. They can just turtle here, try and pull an old EG, an old CLG EU style.
Let's see if they can do it. They've got some wave clear. We'll see if they can defend. Dignitas are trying to re-sweep out Baron. That is spawning in the very near future here. And Curse, of course, is aware. One word goes down. There is Baron Nashor, smiling very nicely. He's roaring, making sure that everyone knows he's around.
So there's 2 reasons why Ashes, or there's 3 reasons actually why Ashes is such a great late game AD. One is that Hawkshot right there. You can see free vision. That's huge in the late game when you have to play these dances around Baron and you can't get close enough to drop a ward. But the late game initiate from the Ash Arrow, catching people out. Now St. Vicious actually gets flipped in.
They've got a bunch of slows. The Ash Arrow comes across. St.
no.
is immediately dropping down. That is 1-0 so far. They flipped in Nightjackie on top of the enemy team, though. Scar's not going to like this one very much. Voyboy running in for Cutie Pie, finds Crumbs as well. Scar runs in onto Cup, almost wins the fight, but they get that kill. Voy, though, still stuck inside of Dignitas' team. He's going to fall 3 for 1 in this fight, and Dignitas just going to turn right over towards Baron Nashor.
So after Saint gets exploded, there's also the Ash Arrow wasted right onto Singe. He shrugs that one off. That's going to be a completely lost team fight for Curse, and they have to seed this Baron. They can no longer contest. Will Dignitas be able to grab an inhibitor turret off of this? If they are, that's going to be really, really dire situation for Curse. It looks like they're going to go buy and then shove the lane, though.
Yeah, indeed. Cutie Pie is going to be the one going into the mid lane. Doesn't want to overextend himself too hard, though, because there's still scary enemies on the other side of the map. That is going to be his. The rest of Dignitas have gone, actually not the rest, Crumbs is top as well. Some of them have gone back to buy. Scar certainly has. And they're just shoving up right now.
Great play there by Dignitas, using the vision advantage to get a pick. They still have the two people, for the best people for catching people out, the Crumbs and the Kiwi Kid there. And it just paid off. They were able to burst down that Saint. Curse was not ready. For Curse to pull off their team comp, they have to be all in position, and they have to stack those CCs, not allow Dignitas to kite them around. At least they're going to get the consolation prize, the dragon down there, some more global gold. But definitely a huge win for Dignitas right there.
And right now, Curse have actually grouped towards the bottom half of the map. Look at them, 4 down there. They're right now in the jungle. Only Cop is at this bottom half of the map. Even Voice coming down there as well. So suddenly, Curse are putting a lot of pressure on one side of the map. Element's about to walk right into Crumbs. There's a ward. They know he's there.
Both teams now aware of the positionings. Curse have to back off. They don't want to take this fight. The Baron up Dignitas are a little bit too much for them out in the open.
Seems that is the case right here. And you've seen the team fights go their way so often, 20-10 in the kill score. Even though the gold only 6,000 apart, we have seen Dignitas do well in almost every single fight this game. They sweep out the wards with the oracles. Of course, Dragon is gone. Where's Dignitas going to go next?
Looks like they're just going to keep on shoving this bottom lane. Like I said, the hardest part for Dignitas is cracking into that base, the first inhibitor turret, because they don't have, you know, the Malphite possibility to dive. What they're going to have to do is just have Kiwi Kid and Crumbs running in, tanking the turrets. Is probably going to be Kiwi Kid because he has built that straight armor, and they're just going to just put everything on Kiwi Kid's shoulders. Hopefully he can take that out and get a good flip, because then we can see the old the double flip game that we saw so effective early game here from him and Crumbs.
Double flip. We'll see if we can get that one to go through. Crumbs and Skara, Cutie Pie and Patoy all at the bottom side. Only Kiwi Kid in the mid lane right here. They're putting in a little bit of pressure. Wards come across as well. Elements will sweep this ward in their base though quite easily as plants come up. Voyboy's going to go in there. He lands a stun into Cutie Pie, but Cutie Pie is safe right here. Will they go for a little bit more damage? Slowed by Ash. Is going to back out once more. The long-range team of Curse holding off pretty well so far.
Yeah, they have really good wave clear, so their little defense that they set up in the middle and the bottom turrets is going to stand pretty well. Cutie Pie, though, on that Caitlyn is getting a stray free shot every once in a while on this turret, just barely scratching the surface.
So 1 minute left on the Baron buff. Dignitas looking again for a push. The turret, you can see it at about 75% here. It is getting whittled down, as you mentioned, those stray attacks coming through. St. Vicious, he's in the front. Will Kiwi Kid look as he finds the fling? Will they go on into St. The Wither's there on a Scar. He just breaks it with a W, though. They're going to back right on out. No ults burned off that one.
Saint did not have to pop his ultimate either. All the members of Curse should be buying home guards if at all possible at this moment. They only have 2 right now. If they could get the rest of them, then they'd be in a really good position. Kiwi Kid doing a lot of damage to this middle turret while the bottom one is taking a lot too.
Cutie Pie was forced to cleanse away. Voyboy in the mid lane, they're taking a bunch of pain. He's going to find Kiwi Kid, though. The Wither is there as well. Will they go in? Spooky Ghosts are cast, and they find some targets to slow, but no reinitiation there from Dignitas. This right-hand side turret now down below 1/3. They are making progress into the base, but the Baron buff, that is timing out. It's got like 10 seconds left, and it's going to be dropped. 7,000 gold separates these teams. and they have no more Baron buff.
Kiwi Kid has focused his build so well to deal with Boy Boy. He's got all armor. He's got 191 armor, but only 50 magic resist because he's not worried about magic damage at all. Skara with an ultimate there just to chunk everyone down. The last few hits on this turret gonna go now.
They do get that one. Actually, the last couple seconds of Baron were used for that little first engage. They get the turret. The inhibitor now open. Will Curse re-engage? The Spirit Fire comes down. Nice root on a St. Vicious. Kiwi Kid in the mix. They find Boy Boy. Here comes Jackie back in the mix. Flashes forward. He's been exhausted. Kiwi Kid taking a bunch of pain. Will they get the damage? Seraph's Embrace shields him a little bit longer, but they're looking for crumbs. There's the Requiem as well. Can they find kills? One. Only one so far. 1 for 1 so far in the fight. Kiwi Kid running away. Scar running away. Cutie Pie running away. Everybody's so low on Dignitas. I can't believe Nijaki couldn't find that one little extra bit of damage to get a triple kill.
Everyone's so low, but now the kiting of Dignitas coming on show here. They got what they wanted, and they got to escape. They've cracked open the base of Curse. Said that first turret was going to be all important. Now they've got an open, exposed inhibitor. They can return at their leisure after they pick up their own buffs and they go purchase with all the global gold that they just received.
That will be nice for Dignitas. Cutie Pie grabbing his own red buff. Cop had just grabbed his blue. Dignitas, are they just going to go back to bottom lane at this point then?
That would definitely be the safest bet. Baron's going to be up in another 1 minute and 30 seconds, so they could opt for forcing Curse to come into another poor vision fight, but it would be just very safe to go up there and poke down that inhibitor first so that you have the minion wave advantage, then moving over to Baron. At least they're going to want to drop a ward by it though.
Okay, we'll see if that ends up happening. Dragon, as you can see, and Baron, as you can see, the timer's in the top left corner, getting nearer to the spawn. Kiwi Kid in the mid lane right here, constantly farming this Dignitas team. 354 minions. Cutie Pie doesn't even have any item slots open anymore, and he's got his own Frozen Mallet.
So there's something pretty interesting that Dignitas could do right now. All they have to do is control the minion waves. What you want to do if you want to build up a really big minion wave in a side lane is just kill the opposition's ranged minions, because melee minions have a lot more health than the ranged minions, but they don't do much damage. So if you just kill the enemy's ranged minions, then your minions will start to build up there, take their time killing the melee ones, and you'll get a huge wave built up in that bottom lane that will put a lot of pressure on the inhibitor, while your whole team forces pressure at Baron and makes Curse come to you.
That will be interesting. We'll see if Dignitas goes for something like that. Right now, they're going for the old-fashioned method of send 5 guys and attack move forward. Skara up there, Crumbs, Kiwi Kid as well, and the rest of the crew lagging in from behind. And they're going for the minion kills right there. Bolivar fears them out. The Singed Poison is there. Kiwi Kid in the front. Jackie has to block it, and Ace in the hole takes a lot of pain there. Elements heals him back up, but now Jackie's shield is down. Where will they go? The inhibitor taking some pain. Actually, Jackie forced now below half health. Will he home guard back to join the fight? Looks like that will be the case. Kiwi Kid in front. Boy Boy is home guarded. He's in the front now as well. Cop puts down the hawk shot. They see Dignitas 5-on-5 down here in this right-hand side lane. Where is it going to go? You can see an 8,000 gold difference still.
With the turret down, Dignitas kiting comp really shines here. They don't have to force anything. They can take their time. As soon as Curse get anxious and they try and chase in, they have the perfect counter-initiate here with Patoy's Stranglethorn. They're ready to pop up.
Looks like they're still doing pretty well right here. Cop forced a wave clear in this bottom lane, and now Dignitas moves back over towards the mid. Skara zooming in from the back as well, and there's the damage. Turret down lower and lower and lower in health. Some more damage has been found there by Cutie Pie. And he goes back and heals up off some minions. That lifesteal there. The minion waves kind of in all lanes right now. Dignitas have now run back towards Baron.
They're going to go with the vision play, it looks like. They have the oracles. Now they cleared out the ward leading to Baron. There is one in the back of Baron, but Curse just shoving down middle. They're just anticipating this fight, and they want to apply pressure somewhere on the map, but they have to be careful of being caught out themselves.
They do have Scar lurking around the top-hand side. Are they going to find... Oh, they do find Jackie. There's going to be a lot of damage onto him. Ashar comes across, but Jackie died for free right here. Will they get enough counterattack damage? Requiem comes across. The shield comes in from blocking around Solari, and there's the crescendo. They find a bunch of pain. Cutie Pie getting hit. There's the knockup as well. Crumbs in the back line getting eviscerated. Cop finds one. His authority has to be respected as he moves through. They've got Saint, Cop, and Elements all taking damage. Kiwi Kid and Scar still looking for pain, but Scar has to run. Saint and Elements so low. There's one for Cutie Pie. The ult comes across. He gets another. Only Cop is now alive. 4 versus 1 on the map.
The crescendo, really nice there, but it's always answered by Patoy's Stranglethorns. Curse not able to follow that one up. Good job by Dignitas baiting out the fight into the open where they could kite, and that's going to be 2 inhibitors.
That is going to be 2 inhibitors right here. Cop now alone. Some low health bars here from Dignitas, but QtPie just so powerful in his own right that Cop will not challenge that one. And look at that. Cop just going to have to kill off. Doesn't even get the last hit in the plant. And now Dignitas can just back out of that base with 2 dead inhibitors.
They don't want to force anything too far because they are low, and Baron is alive right now. So Curse could theoretically rush there for a desperate Baron, try and burn that one down. Dignitas doing a good job of executing the end game here. They're just going to finish, take the red buff as they leave, go back and heal up. Then they've got plenty of map pressure. They don't even have to go kill minions. Their 2 inhibitors that they just killed are going to apply that for them.
Okay, so Cop puts down Hawkshot. He's going to move over towards the Dragon. And of course, no one is around, so this looks like it will be Cop's pretty easily there. Now Jackie comes by as well to take that gold away. There we go, Scar wave clears on the side. So, there we go, Dragon picked up 25 to 12 in kills. You're seeing now 9,000 gold. Dignitas are growing this lead, but Baron is up.
Yep, so they can just do that, the vision play. It looks like they could actually just burn it down here since Jackie and Cop are both bottom. It's just a matter of how fast can Dignitas get this and how fast can Cop and Jackie push. The whole team of Curse actually heading bottom. They are completely giving up this Baron.
They are giving up. They're looking for a turret to kill on the back of this one. Will it be enough? Minions are shoving down the mid lane in Dignitas' favor. And here we go. We see Jackie wave clear and Curse are looking for a turret kill. They're looking for what could even be a base race. They are all dedicated to this. And here comes the recall from Dignitas. They are trying to get away. Nasher has fallen down. They're trying to recall back, but here we go on the front door. Curse finds some damage. This turret going to drop so incredibly quickly. There's the home guard for Kiwi Kid. He's going to put down the goo. Curse might need to run from this one. No, looks like Curse still might even want to fight. There's the Shirley's pop. There's the wall of pain. Can they get away? Ult comes out. Boy will tank that. Spooky Ghost come across. They might just time out. They did not quite land the slows. Curse have gotten away, trading 2 turrets for Baron.
Pretty good trade there. At least they got an exposed inhibitor, but Dignitas are still on the hunt. They're not going to let Curse recall. Curse going for the bush gambit right here. They want to pull off a surprise kill, but it's going to be Kiwi Kid that checks it.
Can they kill him in time, though? Ashar comes around. They find QtPie, though. Where's it going to be? Voidboy does not find anything. Knockup lands on everybody from Curse. Kiwi Kid in the mix. Cop goes down. Elements goes down. Sorry, Cop getting chased down by Scar. Scar is at the Zonia's. Cop is still alive, but they found 2 kills so far. Requiem comes across. Cop's still alive. He will fall down now. Dignitas still have 4 members alive, and only St. Vicious remains. That's the kill. Ace picked up for Dignitas.
Kiwi Kid is the exact one that you want to face check if you are Dignitas. Great job by there. Everyone calling out the GGs, and that will be the surrender from Curse.
Wow, so there we go. 45 minutes in, and Dignitas hold their top 2 finish hopes alive. And Curse were #1 for most of the season. They're slipping it now.
Dignitas are definitely back on their game. They prepared hard for this game, and they executed very well. Scar moving outside of the box that everyone put him into, those 4 champions being banned out. Not a big deal. The Evelyn play, he was